Pisces, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with a little bonus reading. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I will never ask for personal details, and I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Pisces, this is a little bonus reading of what your guides want you to know. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. But just to let you know, you are going to be governed by your 6th house of daily routines in the next couple of weeks. So you may be looking at the structures that you have in place in your life and how you've built a strategy to move forward. And some of you may be feeling a little bit like in a repetitive cycle. So that 6th house can make you feel a little bit meh, in a humdrum energy, shall we say. But it's important because, you know, we need to keep structure in our lives in order to keep motivated and keep focusing or processing in order to spiritually become more aware and also change our frequencies. Now, in the water, before I even start, they're showing me a champagne bottle popping, okay? So it can mean that there is some sort of celebration or some sort of good news that comes in. Maybe you have just popped a bottle of champagne, shall we say, if you're lucky enough to do that. Yeah, they're just showing it to me. So it indicates some sort of celebration, okay? Something that you will be celebrating over the next coming weeks, okay? Probably all this money that's coming on in. We've got the coins there, but I really feel this is about you being very independently, financially aware. Some of you may be setting up your own business, or some of you may be really being discerning about the company that you're keeping at the moment, and also the finances that you're spending, because number 9 is the energy of self-sufficiency. So let's get all your cards first, as I said before I connect to an outcome. Now also your 1st house of image will be influencing you as we move forward into February and then on into March, of course. And your 1st house is all about your identity. It's about how you feel about yourself, the direction you feel like you're headed in, and you may be thinking about how you come across to others as well, okay? Some of you may be reaching for new goals. You may be revamping or re-strategizing the things that you want to accomplish. And I definitely get a sense with your 1st house that you are recharging your batteries, okay? Because I feel there's an element here of you feeling a little bit burnt out or a little bit exhausted, even though you're in February. It's like, oh, I just see what they're showing me in the water right now is a match that has been struck that burns out, okay? So it's like the match will not light. So perhaps you are feeling a little bit unmotivated, even though it's you know, end of January into February. You may be feeling that what's so different about this year that's not been happening in the rest of the years. So you may be really looking at trying to bring a little bit more spontaneity into your life, a little bit more excitement. Okay, I can see a lot of success here for you. Whatever it is you're trying to accomplish, whether you are retired or whether you are in the working environment, or even if it's a personal goal or self-development, I definitely see you obtaining your goal and, you know, being ready for a new opportunity that's coming on in for you. So exciting times. Let's see the overarching energy. We've got the Strength card, so a lot of self-care. We've got the High Priestess. So you're really thinking about your journey of discovery, your spiritual wealth. You may be deepening your connection to spirit or to your we've got the Tower there. We'll go one more. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide Now it's interesting that you got the Tower there, because that really does indicate that you are coming out of a comfort zone. Perhaps you've been feeling stuck in a rut, or you've been just looking at your routine that has been built so far, and you're deciding that things need to change in some aspect of your life. We've got the Three of Swords there. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Pisces? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to be aware of? I see you definitely going through a major restructure or revamp in your life. I feel almost like you're in a transition period. Now, it may be that the water elements are merging, because Cancerians had a very similar message that came through there. We've also got the stars, so that's a wish coming true. I mean, you've got double 9, you've got the wish card, you've got the stars there, which means something that you've been desiring will be showing up for you. So I see it very, very positive. It may even surprise you, okay? The first card here, we've got wish come true, okay? So this is your protagonist energy. Something that you've been manifesting is showing up for you. This is a card that indicates you're in strong magician mode, okay? Thoughts are becoming things for you. It says a desire attained after a long time. Whatever this thing is, it has been very difficult to get, because you've got the Three of Swords there, which means you may have felt it was never going to show up for you. You may have felt that there was scarcity around whatever it is. I mean, it's covered by the Nine of Pentacles, so that means there is security here. There is financial reward here, but there is also, it's almost like you're making a decision with the universe and saying, you know what? I'm going to be more discerning about the company that I keep. I'm going to be more focused on my needs, on what I desire, and not always putting everybody else first. I feel like you're going to find that balance. And I also feel like you're stepping into a position where you value yourself higher and you're expecting better. So therefore you're getting better, shall we say. It says here, getting what you wish for and believe in the impossible. Now, there's no such thing as impossible. I love that you break down that word to make it I'm possible. And remember, we are the root of the words I am. So whatever we tell ourselves we are in that moment, it is the truth, okay? So even when you have moments of doubt and you say, oh, I'm ridiculous, okay? Your body is absorbing that energy. It's so important, okay? To realize thoughts become things. Even if you say, oh, I'm so stupid, your body is, it's almost like eavesdropping on you. Remember, you are a living organism. They did an experiment and they're showing me in the water. I mean, if you've heard this before, I do apologize, but I have to give the images I'm being given in the water, and they're showing me this again. It showed up in a different reading. I'm not sure if it was for your reading, but it's definitely showing up again. There was a scientific experiment that was done at a museum where there were two plants, and they were, you know, either side of each other, and each one was fed and watered in exactly the same way, had exactly the same light. The only difference was that everybody who visited the exhibition, one plant, they had to, you know, tell the plant how much they loved it and how wonderful it was, how beautiful it was, and, you know, how special it was. And it thrived and it lived and it just got even greener and bushier and all of those things. And the other plant, everybody who visited, they had to shout things at it or scream obscenities and say, you're ugly, you're disgusting, you know, you're good for nothing, you're not successful, all of those horrible things. And that plant died. So it's so important. We are living organisms, just like the plants, and everything you tell yourself, your body is eavesdropping on it, and it's making it happen. It's making things come to fruition. So it's important to change the way you think about yourself. Thoughts become things. So I am possible, I am successful, I am attractive, I am wealthy, I am healthy is the most important one, of course. I am loved. So all of those things, so important for you to realize, because remember, all those cells in your body, they're eavesdropping on you and they're absorbing this energy, and they're, you know, they're believing what you tell it. So it's so important, okay? But whatever it is you're wishing for, it's like the genie in the lamp, as you see there. It's coming true for you. Now, also we've got the Courage card, which is really, these two cards together, it's literally believe and receive. So whether you're retired and your goal is to buy a property abroad so that you can retire abroad, or whether it is you're looking at your finances, your pensions, your 401ks, and you're saying to yourself, okay, I hope things economically, you know, don't go down the toilet, shall we say, and really thrive and make my dreams possible. Or it could also be if you're working in a career sector that you want to be successful in. The Strength card says, I believe in myself, I am showing up, and I'm being true to my inner power, letting my light shine, and I'm having that courage, that determination to succeed. So I really feel your protagonist energy right now is looking in a certain direction where you're deciding what you want, and you're having that power within you, that resilience to show the world or those around you what you're made of, okay? You're making things happen. So this Courage card is about, that bravery, that momentum, gathering the strength to overcome any doubt, any self-awareness of the ego, where the ego says, oh, but what if you fail? And your overriding energy is, but what if I fly? What if I succeed beyond my wildest dreams? The most important thing is what you tell yourself, okay? Not what other people tell you, it's what you tell you, okay? So with this Courage card as well, I feel like there is an inner power and confidence that is rising up within you. I feel you have had a lot of difficulty. The Three of Swords tells me that something has been very painful, okay? Some of you may have, tried to set up a business, for example, and you found it very hard. You've never done it before, so you had to step out of your comfort zone, and you tried to find the information, but perhaps the information wasn't readily available, and you made some mistakes along the way. Perhaps there were some bumps in the road, and yes, you may have taken a difficult route, but you will see that you are meant to learn lessons in that moment, and actually things will work out even better for you than before. So they're showing me you going from strength to strength. We all have to live and learn. There's no such thing as failure. It's only a realization of what does not work and what does work, and finding a way to be flexible and find alternative ways to make what you want become a reality, okay? Now the Three of Swords, I'm going to pull a quick card on it there, because it can mean right now some of you may have gone through a procedure, for example, and you are currently convalescing, and you need to just kick back and relax. Self-care is important. You've got the Knave of Chalices there, and you've got the Courage card with the Three of Swords, which indicates the cup of love that you have for yourself needs to be replenished, okay? So take the time you need to heal if you've just gone through a procedure, and I'm sending you so much love and hugs and lots of vibes for speedy healing, but really take all the rest you need, okay? Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please clarify this Three of Swords? Three of Wands. Okay, so it can mean that something you're waiting for, it's just feeling really difficult. It's just feeling really hard. The Three of Wands is like, I just want to know, am I on the right path? I just want to know the things that I'm trying to visualize for my future, are they for me? And the answer is yes, okay? The Three of Wands indicates you're aligning yourself with your true heart's desire, and what you desire is showing up for you. This card in particular, the history of this card, the sea is golden, so that means there are so many infinite possibilities for you to accomplish whatever it is you set out to do. Whether it is a personal development goal where you decide you want to take yourself on a spiritual trip to get closer to your faith this year, or find peace of mind, or be better to your body, be more discerning about what you put into your body, both in terms of food or in terms of what you watch, what you listen to. I really feel whatever it is, you're doing the best job, and you should be so proud of yourself at what your efforts are to make things happen, or make the things that you desire a reality, okay? Now the Three of Wands is also such an important card, because with the Three of Swords and the Three of Wands, this is a card that there are silver linings in anything that is not meant for you, because it is rejection, protection, and redirection, okay? So what is meant for you will never pass you by. So if you've been struggling on something and you found it very difficult, it just means that there is, a greater picture here to look at. There's something better that is arriving for you, or you're being navigated towards something better. Remember, the sea is golden, which means there's wonderful opportunities here. Something you're wishing for is going to show up for you, but it may not be in the form that you want. It may be even better than what you've been asking for, because sometimes humans, we tend to accept less than we truly deserve. So it's so important. Expect more and get more, okay? Now, also, we've got the Nine of Pentacles. So a lot of you may be looking at the world that we live in right now. This came up in the Cancerian reading. Some of you are looking at the world like, wow, you know, there's some crazy energy in this world right now, and there are a lot of changes that are occurring around, and I just want to make sure that me and my family are secure. I want to know what this means for me, my finances, and how the world will be when these changes that we did not ask for are going to be imposed upon us. The Nine of Pentacles is a card of being self-sufficient, but also being disciplined and reliable. So I really get this sense that you are being able to be careful with your money. I see you making a lot of cutbacks. If you found the price of living, shall we say, going up with all inflation, if you found it very difficult, I feel that you are being very savvy. You're using your intelligence and your shrewd behavior, your shrewd knowledge to find better deals, to go and find discounts, find the things that you like at a different price, perhaps in a different store. But also I feel like you're being in a mode of conservation. So some of you have become more aware to switch off light bulbs, perhaps that you occasionally leave on because you forget, or I really feel like you're just cutting back on the things that are just not necessary, but also saving yourself money in the process, because your protagonist energy is to save money. So I definitely get this energy of you. Some of you may think about setting up a second stream of income, or if you've already got that and you found it a struggle because you're spreading yourself thin and having a lot of things to do, because I see you being so productive and so like doing a lot of multitasking. I get this energy that you're going to focus on the things that matter to you, that are growing, and you're going to attract more wealth. So if you have not set up your own second stream of income, some of you may think about setting up like a YouTube channel, or I'm on TikTok and I'm on, what's the other one, Instagram and Twitter. I don't really know how they work, but I upload videos hoping that I can inspire someone out there to believe in themselves, or be better, or give a message from spirit that they want me to give out that day. I don't really know how these things work. I'm not really technically minded. When I came to this, I used to do all of this before, but not online, and I was guided to do it online, and I was like, I have no clue about what to do. But there are lots of videos out there that are free that you can watch, and I found a way to discover them. I was guided to them, and then I just followed the links of how to set stuff up. So, you will always find a way, or you will find an excuse. And you got to ask yourself, which person are you? Sometimes there are experiences that we have where we do not have the resources, or we were not built, or we didn't come to this life with a certain level of privilege. So some people are going to find it more difficult than others. I did not come from privilege, and I have worked hard to get to where I am, sort of working for my family unit, to make sure everybody is secure, and I've got lots of responsibilities. So I'm not as free as the next person who may have no responsibilities and they can do whatever they want. So we all come with different circumstances that either bind us to a situation or free ourselves up, and we have to find a way to work within our means. And I really feel like you are being so savvy and so clever and using your intelligence to overcome any difficulty, to put yourself in a really secure position and find a way to make things work for you. So I feel you need to be really proud of yourself and what you're doing at the moment, okay? Is there more money available to you? Definitely. I see more finances coming in. I feel like you're building a solid foundation. I mean, I just noticed that because I don't really look at the cards until I touch them, but I just noticed you've got a Nine of Cups as well. So you've got, not only have you got the wish card here, you've got a Nine of Cups, which is a wish fulfillment, a wish coming true. That's two different decks telling you the same thing. And you've also got the star energy as well. So that indicates whatever it is you desire, you're attracting it at this time, okay? Now, because you're in the sixth house energy, you may think about writing a list of all the things that you want to do or need to do. But remember, lists, they don't have to be this boring thing that you're writing. It can also be, an exciting affirmation that you write. Okay, you can make up an affirmation that you see every day of your life when you go to the fridge. You can put it on a magnet, stick a magnet on a piece of paper and have an affirmation there, which is like, I am awesome, I am successful, I am attracting abundance, I'm so grateful to the universe, thank you for all that you bestow upon me. And you can say that, and that is a list. but it's also an affirmation, which carries weight and magic to it, okay? Now you have high on life. It's in the resistance position, so it tells me that perhaps you've not been feeling that life has been very exciting right now. You may have felt like you've been stuck in a rut, or it's just the same old thing, just a different day. You may have even felt a little bit like unmotivated and desiring more spontaneity in your life. It says extremely happy with life, living life to the fullest, excitement and happiness. You feel perhaps that you have not been doing that at this time, but you are changing things around you because you got the Death card there, which means you're making radical changes to eradicate any bad habits or negative behavior, or even feeling stuck in a rut, because you got the Tower there, which is working for you and not against you. It's taking you out of that humdrum every day where you're bringing more excitement into your life. So some of you may feel compelled to put yourself on a course of learning, so you're expanding your mind and your consciousness about things that are out there. Some of you may think about putting yourself on a hobby or something that will really excite you, but also you're meeting new people, new minds, new energy, and that is going to change how you feel about your surroundings. And I definitely feel there's this energy of excitement and like breakthrough energy. If you're someone who works at home on your own, because we've got the Nine of Pentacles there, you may have found it very difficult, especially, since we've been going through the pandemic. A lot of people have been working from home, and they may have stayed that way. Not everybody, of course, but some people out there may be staying that way, working from home. And you may have found it very, very difficult because you may have felt like you're cut off from other people. But I definitely get 2023 energy from you, where you're desiring to get out there, connect to different people, even if it's in a community sense, in events that you enjoy, whether you are someone who is wants to be a member of a book club, or, your passion is watching UFO documentaries, or, you want to go on a walking group, or whether you want to get out there and paint the sky, whatever it is that really floats your boat. I definitely get a sense that you're going to try and make it happen this year, and it's actually going to change your frequency to a higher level, which attracts more abundance, okay? And you're going to feel a lot more balanced in your life as well. Now we do have the High Priestess. It's in the reverse, which tells me that a lot of you may be struggling with something that you're finding difficult. You may have a lot of pressure on you right now, but you're not perhaps telling anybody about it. It's almost like, that deep pit in your stomach feeling, you may be just putting a smile on it. If someone asks, are you okay, or how are you? You're like, oh yeah, I'm fine. You're not telling anybody. So I really feel that you are trying to find peace of mind, okay? Because this card in this position indicates that you have a lot of knowledge within you. You're actually someone who is deeply intuitive. You even have like psychic flashes, or you have moments of knowingness. You don't know why, you don't know how, but I feel like you're going to be encouraged this year to really develop those spiritual gifts. Even if you're just feeling at one with nature and you're just feeling a little bit more interconnectedness with the world, I feel like it's a start of you feeling much more clarity and peace of mind in your energy, okay? Now, I don't know if you got the nature card, but I really feel that getting out into nature is important for you as well. You've definitely got loved ones in spirit walking with you, okay? I definitely feel like they're walking, holding your hand almost as you go through any difficulties, and they're helping guide you out of those difficulties or those testing times that you've been in, okay? Now, also with the High Priestess in this reverse position, there indicates here there's something that you do not trust, okay? Now, I don't really want to go to the image and the energy that they're giving me, but it's there, so I have to mention it, otherwise it will stay in the water and I won't see anything else for you. So that would be selfish of me not to, free up the energy, shall we say, by mentioning it, okay? With the High on Life and the High Priestess, with the Hangman and the Knave of Chalices, you may feel like there is an undercurrent narrative in the world right now where fun is being robbed from the world, okay? By those who are in positions of power to make that happen. That's a major thing that's coming out right now. It's only coming out in your reading, but I feel because you are such an intuitive soul who has an undercurrent of, you pick up on the undercurrent because you're a water element. I really get this sense where you're like, the world has changed in some respects, and some of those respects have been a bit negative, but remember, there is a lot of positive in this world. There's a lot of awesome people, a lot of awesome experiences, news that is really positive that just doesn't get broadcasted. So I really want you to be aware that it's not all doom and gloom, and yes, there are some restructures and changes that are you know, really going to put everybody's nose out of joint in the future, but I really feel you will find a way to safeguard yourself. You're in a position where you will be flexible with the changes and you will make them work for you, okay? So that's just coming through there. Now we also have the Hangman here, and it's in the resistance position. So there may have been like a missed opportunity, shall we say, or you may have had to make a lot of sacrifice for something that perhaps hasn't shown up yet, and you're just wondering if it's ever going to work for you or if it's going to work out. Will this, you know, even if you're trying to like buy real estate or you're trying to buy a property and you're like, the interest rates are sky high, I can't afford it right now, or things are just not in my favor, it's really important to realize that there is patience in, you know, pause in patience. There is purpose, shall we say, because in order for the circumstances to be right, we have to wait for the right time. But really check in with your intuition, because you will find the right thing at the right time that is meant for you, okay? Now, the Hangman also tells me about your sacrifice, okay? I really feel like you have put in a lot of hard work to accomplish something that you really want. Even like if you're retired, you're like, you work so hard for all of your pension, and you're looking at perhaps economic forces, and you're like, you know what, I just need to safeguard and make sure that I'm in a really secure position so I can live the retirement that I dreamt of, that I worked hard for. So I really feel that you are actually trying to navigate difficult circumstances, but I feel like you will thrive and survive. The Nine of Pentacles indicates that you are someone who's very disciplined, that you are finding security in the material world, and that you are diligently watching, keeping an eye on things. Don't let it overwhelm you. Remember, there is goodness and there is reward on its way for you as well. Not everything is having a negative spin on it, okay? We've got the Knave of Cups, and it's in the resistance position. So some of you may have waited a long time for love, and you may have felt like, you know, maybe it's not showing up for you. But remember, the resistance position, it will be turned around in the next 6 weeks or so. The energy changes, and it indicates that there is someone headed in your direction that will love you in a relationship that is reciprocal, that is romantic, that is really has a lot of depth to it, is what I'm getting, but also someone who is faithful, loyal, someone that you can trust, okay? Also with the Knave of Cups, this is a reminder that sometimes when we are trying to accomplish something and we're on hold with the universe, shall we say, waiting for things to show up because you're putting all the hard work in, I mean, the Nine of Pentacles tells me that you're a really hard worker. You're someone who really cares about what you do and that you are destined for success, okay? But sometimes you forget self-love. Sometimes you feel a little bit like low on energy, or you feel a little bit low vibe energy. We all get into a bit of a funk sometimes. I'm not pointing my finger at you, my beautiful Pisces. We all get into a little bit of, you know, unhappiness. It just happens. It's human nature. We have fluctuations. If anyone tells you you should be happy all the time, that person is lying to you, because that's just not human psyche. We all go through a gamut of emotions, and sometimes they're really happy. Sometimes we can wake up in the morning and just feel a little bit like, oh gosh, I don't want to get out of bed. I'm not enthusiastic at all. This is just not happening. And we just got to be honest with ourselves and find our body the way we find it, okay? And honor it, honor those emotions. But it's also important to, you know, in those moments, remember that tomorrow will be a new day. And also you can like put on some music, raise your vibrations, do a little dance, or, you know, really just get yourself out of your head when those dark clouds arise, shall we say. Also with the Knight of Cups in this position, it can mean that sometimes you feel that you're not encouraged in doing something that you love doing. So perhaps you followed a route that either your parents or guardians did not support, or you feel like you're not supported or seen in whatever it is that you're doing. You may even feel like a working environment that you have found yourself in, perhaps you feel like you're undervalued or underestimated in some way. But you actually bring a lot to the table of life. You are someone who's incredibly loyal, hardworking, you are lovable, you're attractive, and I really get this sense that you've got incredible imagination as well. So it's important to remember all the good things that you offer. And, you know, people who underestimate or undervalue you, they are projecting their energy, and they are actually trying to knock you off your perch because they feel somehow threatened by what it is you want to do. So follow your own path and really connect to the goals, dreams, or decisions that you're making. So even if you're, you are deciding to, I don't know, learn about astronomy, or if you're deciding at 85 years of age that you want to do a parachute jump, that's your prerogative. That's what you want to do. Don't let anyone dissuade you from something that you have a real desire to do, okay? Also, with this card, I really get a sense of you being curious about something that you love. It may be a second stream of income. It could be, this side hustle. It could be something that you've longed to do for a long time, whether it is a hobby, whatever it is. I feel like you will investigate it this year. And I really get a sense that something you've been waiting for is showing up for you. Have faith. This is literally what this pile means. Have faith. It's showing up for you, okay? Now, finally, we have victorious. So that again indicates that you're going to be very, very successful. It says beating your competition, enemies, or overcoming any obstacles, success and power. Believe and receive, and it shall be so, okay? So you are destined for success, or you're destined for greatness. Greatness comes in many forms. Being a good friend is great. Being someone who's loyal and honest and integrity and has morals and sticks to those morals, that is priceless. That is great, okay? So sometimes we, ignore the things that truly matter in life because we're either chasing money, or we're chasing success, or chasing some things that we value over the little things. But I feel like you've got it all. Whatever it is, you've got it all. And I feel it's important for you to realize that. Now we've also got higher forces, which really indicates that Spirit is stepping in to change your circumstances for the better. And it says communicating with other realms, help from higher dimensions, and divine protection. You've even got the card here where loved ones walk in spirit with you. So if there was anything negative that was coming your way, your guides are stepping in. Whether they're your family unit in spirit, if you have loved ones in spirit, or whether you have guides that are assigned to you, all of them are stepping in to make sure that tower moment works for you, okay? You're protected and redirected. I want you to be aware of that, okay? And also we've got ready. It's so interesting because as soon as I put this card up, I saw, a little fledgling bird on a rock. I'm scrying in the water as I'm doing your reading, and it jumped right off. It has faith that it is going to spread its wings and fly. It's a baby bird. It's never done it before, but it's standing on the ledge, and its little, birdie mama says, go on, little one, you can fly. And it's like, well, okay, I got to trust that. And then just jumps off the ledge and just uses the wings naturally, instinctively, and flies. So whatever it is you're launching, or whatever it is that you're trying to do that's different, I feel like you're going to be successful, excuse me, and that the universe is actually encouraging you to take that leap of faith, okay? It says here, ready to do something. An opportunity is ripe. Now is your time. So whatever it is you're launching or trying to connect, it's all just going to restructure and slot into place for you, okay? We do have the Tower, and we've got the Judgment. So the Tower is basically coming unstuck. It's about liberating yourself from something that has felt really stagnant. You may have felt like it's a routine that you have, or a structure, and you just may feel like you're bored with the everyday. So you're shaking things up. The universe sends a tower along to send a lightning bolt. Now the lightning bolt is a moment of opportunity. It is a spark, a revelation, and it hits the crown chakra, which is to know. You know that something needs to change. And the tower, it goes on fire, okay? So that indicates the two people who've just been going round and round and round in circles in that tower, they need to make a decision. Do they stay in the tower or take a leap of faith? And I feel like you're being encouraged to take that leap of faith, okay? You're liberating yourself up from something that's been quite stuck. The Judgment card actually is your true calling. So whatever your calling is, whatever you feel in this lifetime that you are being attracted to, this is where you're being guided. This is a self-evaluation period where you're on a journey of discovery and you're wondering which direction should you be headed in. Well, you're definitely headed in the right direction depending on how you feel about the goal, okay? You may not be as close as some to the goal, but you're on your way. Something is showing up for you in the next 6 weeks that is going to solidify and confirm that you are closer to your goal than ever before, okay? Also, with the Judgment card, this is a card of second chances. So some of you may revisit an opportunity that you once had, or a sector that you used to work in, or some of you may even revisit a hobby or something that you really used to love, but you lost touch of that part of yourself and now you're rediscovering it, okay? Also, with this Judgment card, it is a card of your true prosperity and your true calling. You have everything you need right now to move forward with purpose, okay? You're being called into a deeper and more authentic relationship with yourself, and your higher power is influencing your steps along the way, okay? It's almost like you're being given a divine blueprint that has meaning for yourself and others, of course, but you're stepping into your inner power and you're letting that inner light shine out. It is actually contagious, is what they're showing me. By you shining your wonderful light, you actually give people permission around you to shine theirs as well. And that's when you have a deeper connection with others. Now, your final cards, the Death card indicates something is ending for you, okay? It's so important to realize that the Death card, how can I put this? It's like, the Death card is to transform, it's to release anything that has expired in your life, where you've evolved or outgrown it. You're releasing bad habits, negative eating patterns, or emotional cycles, or even, toxic behavior from anybody who has, been an energy vampire on you. The Death card is also a card of you opening new doors so that you can accomplish any goals that you set your heart on, okay? It is to change, it is to begin. I always say there's no such thing truly as an ending, only a redirection or, opening yourself up to change. And I feel the star energy is the outcome. It feels very much like you get your wish, things are changing, your luck is changing. The star indicates also healing from whatever difficulty or heartbreak that you've been going through. If you've been going through a separation, because the Nine of Pentacles is all about independence, and Three of Swords, of course, can be about heartbreak. First of all, I'm sending you a huge hug out there. You won't realize it right now, but in the future, you're going to look back on this moment and see all the things that you learned and all the things that have empowered you along this breakup. The star energy indicates healing, but also inspiration for this desire of a new version of yourself. When we go through a breakup, it tends to be a bit of an ego death, and it actually opens us up to a new awakening. We get closer to source, or to spirit. You may not feel like it in the moment because all you're feeling is pain. I totally get it. I've been absolutely destroyed by a relationship in the past where I lost everything. The relationship, the home, my job, everything got taken from me pretty much within a couple of months, and it nearly took my health as well. I'm so grateful that it did not. But I look back on that time and I'm like, wow, what a wealth of knowledge I learned in that moment about trusting people, about opening my heart, about overgiving, about codependency, about toxic narcissistic behavior. I learned so much, but in the moment I was in pain. And if anyone told me that, in the future, you'll look back at this moment and you'll look at how much you learned, I would have told them in that moment to F off, right? That's just the way I would have been. I was a Scorpio, I was in pain, and hell hath no fury like a Scorpio scorned, okay? Especially since the MF cheated on me as well. So my point being is, I look back at that time from a more mature viewpoint, and I see that it pointed me to this very moment where things in my life are like 1,000,000 times better than they ever were before. So the star energy is about a revelation, it's about realization, and I definitely feel that you're going to look forward to the future, far-sightedness with optimism, serenity, and see the beauty in the world, and the beauty in you, most importantly, because remember, the world, the universe, it is within you also. Now, we've got a Three of Pentacles here as well as a Nine of Cups. So Three of Pentacles indicates you're in the planning stages of something, or something that you've been planning is starting to take root, is starting to create a foundation. And this indicates also how talented and creative you are. You're being inspired. Some of you may connect to other people, do creative collaborations. With the Three of Pentacles, everything is slotting into place. and some of you are making a very delicate situation become more secure. Remember, security is the key. Now, they're also showing me right now when I hold this, a sand with a beach ball. So some of you may be looking at brochures. I mean, do they even exist anymore, brochures? You're probably looking online, but sand and a beach ball. So some of you may be listening to this on the sand, if you're really lucky. Wish I was there, send me a postcard. And if not, it could be that you are currently planning some travel that takes you to a far off land with nice sandy climate and lots of sun, sea, and just lots of color in the eyes. So beautiful. So I feel more though it's this energy of positivity, of freedom, of connecting with the earth. And there's so many different varieties of earth. Like there's sand, there's mud, there's rock, there's sediment, there's all these different varieties of things for us to experience and connect to the earth, that I feel like you're opening yourself up to the variety of life this year, okay? Exploring things that you've never done before, or exploring things that you want to achieve that perhaps have not been done by you or someone in your family unit before. And I feel like you're actually opening yourself up to greatness. The Nine of Cups indicates whatever it is, it's a wish delivered, okay? This is a card of feeling satisfied, being proud of yourself. Your guides want you to be proud of yourself. There's an energy here of well-being, okay? And while sometimes you do focus a lot on other people, like your family and your nearest and dearest, they're indicating this is a wish that is just for you. It could be a secret wish. You could be working really hard towards something and you're like trying to do it on the down low. It's going to take root for you. It's going to work out for you. And this is a card of fulfillment. This is a card of the good life. This is a card of success, pleasure, and being content with the way things have worked out. So if you're having a bit of anxiety about things the way they're going in your life right now, they want you to be aware, believe, and receive, okay? I'll give you those 3 cards in a moment. There's 3 other cards, but they just want me to pull one right now. Thank you so much. Okay. So the 3 cards we have here are coins. So financially, you're attracting a lot more abundance at this time. Some of you may even get an increase in your finances, a pay rise, or there may be a job opportunity that comes in that helps you elevate and bring more status as well, more responsibility. But you're definitely attracting a little bit more. I mean, it's no accident that you've got the 9 of Pentacles and the 9 of Coins, okay? If you look up the card's meaning, it literally means, being self-sufficient, being really savvy with your finances, and attracting more wealth. And that you can rely on yourself. We've also got loved ones in spirit. It's number 20, so it's really connecting to the Judgment card energy. So if you're trying to do your life's calling, you will find your true prosperity with your guides by your side. They are nudging you in the right direction. So pay close attention to any signs and any indications from spirit, feelings. But they're actually showing me that you're going to see pennies and feathers. I mean, maybe you'll see them together, but they're saying look out for pennies, look out for feathers. You will find these as an indication that your guides are around, and that someone in particular from your family lineage, they are walking in spirit with you. Now, you may have lost someone recently because we've got the 3 of Swords there, okay? And you may have had a very difficult experience of having to go through formalities and, items that mean things, and, trying to gather your thoughts on everything. If that's the case, I'm sending you so much love, so many hugs out there. If I could just reach down the camera and scoot you all up and just, hold you, I absolutely would. I want you to know that that person is absolutely by your side, and they're sending so much love. They're trying to show me that in moments of quietness, you will actually feel them around. It's going to go deathly silent is what they're saying. I'm getting true chills here. It's going to go deathly silent. So for example, you could be washing the dishes, right? And you're on your own in the home. And then suddenly you just, you're drying your hands, and suddenly the air just shifts and you're like, just feels different. That's their presence. They're letting you know, I'm here. And watch out for coins and feathers, okay? They want you to know that you are safe and that you're loved. Oh, you've even got the feathers card. I mean, I can't prove it, okay? I can't prove it. I don't look at the cards until I pick them up. Okay, and I did not see the feathers card, but you have to trust me on that. But I'm a Scorpio. If someone said, oh, I didn't see it, you know, trust me, I'll be like, I don't trust you, right? So I totally get it. But yeah, feathers are definitely going to be an indication for you. Now also there may have been something, because they're given this sense of rise, you know, rising from the ashes. Whatever it is that's been difficult, you will rise and you will thrive despite those circumstances, okay? Also, they're indicating something that was very changeable, a situation that you've been going through that was very changeable. They're indicating it will work out in your favor, okay? Don't think of the negative, only the positive, okay? Thank you so much for that, guys. My angels, can you please guide? And we've got an elephant as the trinket. Okay, now elephants, they're very resourceful. They remove obstacles from their path and they move forward. They also have a lot of empathy. They have a lot of care and devotion for those in their tribe, and they never leave an elephant behind, okay? So I really feel like you have friends in high places. I really feel like you've got good friends around you, and you are a good friend yourself. Also, there's a heart on the ear, and I always connect it to listen to your heart. It will lead you in the direction of your goals and your dreams, and it will never lead you astray, okay? Your intuition is key, and elephants are so intuitive. They're so wonderful, okay? Now, I'll leave that there. Okay, thanks so much, I'm so grateful. My guides, before I'm going, they're giving me these words: be in service. Be in service. So find what you love doing and see how it can benefit others, because that's when you become more successful quicker, okay? So I just want you to be aware of that. I hope something resonates in this reading for you, my beautiful Pisces. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Pisces. Love and light. Well, hello, my beautiful Pisces. It's me again. My guides reminded me that I did not show you the very last card. So here I am. It was Polar Bear Mystic. Know that the challenges make you stronger. Have faith when you face adversity. Take time to rest, dream, and renew your strength. Embrace your psychic abilities. You carry the shaman within. Okay, so it's such an important card. I couldn't just leave it. I had to come back on and tell you that this was your final card, okay? Thank you so much, my beautiful Pisces, and love and light.